Hello, 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 everybody. I'm here. I tried really, really hard to get here earlier so that we don't have overlap again with Koala's live because I know he's going live today. Oh, oh, that popped up very quickly. All right, let me set this up. Okay, think I'm good. Think I'm, yep, I'm good. All right. So yes, I made it here earlier. Let's make sure hopefully it's with enough time to be able to go and see Koala cuz I keep missing the lives. I keep missing the lives and so then that's no good. Oh, hi Tarot. Hi Judy. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Okay, I'm going to start our list because we have a lot. We have a lot today. So, um, we of course have to look at our at 284, which is our oh my gosh. Oh no, I can't be having brain farts already. Oh, hi Alex. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. So 284 is our random vibration from last week. So we'll talk about that. And then um we'll need to talk about I want to even though it's not necessarily hip hop related, but important because I want to give tribute to Jesse Jackson, whose memorial is today. Oh, hi, cousin B. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. So I want to do that. Let me see what else. Like, I have a long old list, so I don't know if we'll be able to add anything. Um, Josh gave a really good suggestion to look at Rapper's Delight. Um, versus Little Yachty's One Night. Well, so we'll look at like their birth charts and like how they relate to each other vibrationally. There's Josh. Hi, Josh. Good to see you. I just wrote down your topic. I'm really excited. I think you're gonna like it. Just pulled the chart so we could look, and it's super interesting already. Um, Let me see. What else do I have? I have also that we are going to talk about. Oh yeah, because we didn't get to it last week. We will talk about the TI versus 50. We'll look at those vibrations and see what's happening there. And then, of course, we will look some more at Baby Keem, focusing on good flirts. But whatever else comes up. Man, that's a mighty list. I probably should put on here that we have to get a new vibration or a new number. That's such a long list. Man, oh man. But I think we could do it. I think we could get through all of this. And all of this is super interesting. So, oh yeah, the LTFM numbers. Where am I going to fit that in? I'm going to put it over here. LTFM. Yeah, thanks for that reminder, Judy. I'm going to put it here so I remember that we need to look at them and we can see where we could fit them in. Also, I don't want to go over his numbers if he's not able to be here because I want him to be able to see live what vibrations are coming from his videos, and also so he can expand and give us some more context around them. So, but we'll put it there because, yeah, thank you. Okay. And I'm so very proud of myself for getting here earlier. I know it's not much earlier, but it's at least earlier so that hopefully we don't have too much overlap with Koala's live. Because we all know he's going live. He's been talking about it for the last couple days. So we know that's going to happen. All right. So let's look at this 284. Let's get going. We have quite an adventure today. What kind of adventure? A vibrational adventure. Okay. I was just very proud of that. I hope you were too. Okay. So 284 is the vibration that we had. That's the random number that came up and that we had last week. And 284 adds up to 14, which gives us a 5. And so as we're looking back on all the things that were happening in hip hop this week, and even before, these give us some of the vibrations that we can look for. So we want to look at where we have 14 come up. But also how that 14 really is about a mix of energies, and vibrations. And so this, happens every time we talk about stuff, where we're always looking at how these vibrations are interacting with each other. But this is really specifically about energies or vibrations that we need to have together. Like we have to have them together, but they just don't mix well. So I always use the same example that it's like having the oil and vinegar for a really good vinaigrette. You have to have them both to have a wonderful vinaigrette, but they just don't mix. They're very different energies, and so they don't mix, but they need to be together. That's what this 14 is. We also have the 5 here of change, so we'll be looking for those 5s to come up again, and we've just been having a lot of 5 energy because there's just so much changes happening. And it's crazy because while like the United States and a lot of what's going on in the world is changing massively and has lots of energy moving in ways that feel from our perspectives very negative. On the other side, in hip hop, there is some really crazy, amazing things happening, and all of this changing and moving energies, and along with this shift in the hip hop space is actually very exciting. So we have in the hip hop space, we have this contrast about what's happening in hip hop specifically, and then what's happening in the world outside, and how those are changing and creating change. And maybe that's the mix. Maybe that's that mix that we are seeing with that 14. Then for 284, need a color. What color? Green. We're looking at the disruption or the examination of foundations of like, are things really stable? Are the things that we thought were stable, are they really stable? or not? And are there foundations? Are there things that we've been standing on that actually need to be torn down? And in this examination, it opens up and reveals this reap what you sow energy, or this karma energy, any of these cycles that come back around, because really our foundations are made up of those repeating cycles of history repeating itself, of reap what you sow, of karma, those routines, the habits, the repeat behaviors and thought patterns. That's what makes up these foundations. So by beginning to examine these foundations, now we're really seeing what are these cycles that are making up these foundations. By understanding these cycles, then we can begin to end any of the divisions. Wow, I made up a new word. I've tried to write division and dualism in one word. That's so weird. Okay, let me try this again. There we go. So by understanding what these cycles are, these repeating cycles, then we can better see and have more clarity around how to end this division, this dualism, or the polarization that has caused these divisions. And so when we look at the events that are happening within hip hop, we want to look for these vibrations, but I think we also need to be prepared to look at how they relate to outside of hip hop as well, because there's a lot of events that are contrasting what we're experiencing in the hip hop space. So those are the vibrations to look out for. I'm waiting for the day when one of you come and say, I saw the vibration. I saw the weekly vibration. I'm waiting. I'm waiting patiently. But I'm also waiting for myself to actually see it. And to be quite honest, I encounter so many vibrations all throughout the days, I kind of forget. Oh, hi, sweet cookies. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, I know it's not technically related to hip hop specifically, but I did want to just give a moment to I actually did do some planning today because we had so many things. So I wouldn't have to write things out. I did want to give a moment to Reverend Jesse Jackson. Just to acknowledge his vibrations, his contribution of his vibrations to our communities and into our nation and our environment, and recognize that he has his memorial today. Um, it is Cousin B. You found the party. So I wanted to make sure that I did give some reverence to the Reverend. And regardless if you agreed with everything he did do a lot and was involved in a lot and did vibrationally contribute to some very big things. So we want to make sure that we are giving reverence. So let's look at some of his numbers. I have been asked before if I would do death date readings, but I don't do those, more because people usually ask for them because they want me to try and predict their death date, and you can't do that. Like, that's, I mean, why? But we are going to look at his death date, just to see how it relates in his vibrations. So, let's first look at his name. So, Jesse Jackson, if we use our code, so our code is A equals 1 all the way to Z equals 26. We're around here, around these parts. We keep those double digits together. And when we do that, we get, so his name, Jesse Jackson, is 131. So we've been talking a lot about these portal vibrations. His name alone is a portal vibration. And I have said this before, but we do have people in here that have portal vibration names. What that does is it draws in the energy and the vibrations. It also amplifies the energy that he put out into the world, and his vibrational contribution would have been amplified. And we've seen that. So that's very interesting to see. So let's look at, let's look at his birthday. So his birthday is October. Ew! That looks horrible. I don't like it. Let me rewrite that. It's gonna bother me. Okay, there we go. October. Better. October 8th, 1941. So here again, I wanted you to see how his name at birth, I don't like the gray there. His name at birth has this portal made from this one energy. So he has so much one energy here that he's drawing in all of these new things, these new thoughts, these new ideas. This is what made him have all of those advocacy. We also have the portal here for the year that he was born. And again, it's with the ones. So he's amplified. His energy is very much amplified. And then we have October, which is the 10th month. So here's another one. So he has lots of this one energy, which is really about allowing new energy, allowing new things to come in. So new thoughts, new behaviors, new ways of doing things, seeing beyond what's right here and what could be, and looking more at what could be new. His life path number. So when we add this up, we add up the digits of the year, we add the month, and then we add the day. And his life path number in this way is 33. So here again, where the name portal he has, it's amplifying and sending out this 3 energy into the world, where 3 is about growth. I don't want to write on his face. That feels disrespectful. It's about growth. And so he already has with his name this growth energy coming through this portal of new energy and being amplified out into the world. And then he has the double 3 here that is also being amplified. And this 33 is the vibration of a master teacher. So these are the people where this amplified vibration of growth is really about bringing big lessons and teachings into the world and helping guide people to these bigger lessons and along these bigger paths that others may not see. If we look also at this 94, boop, 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 that's coming through this portal, 94 goes to 13, where 13 is a transformation. So this energy of transformation, which does have the 3 here, is coming through here. Just a little side note. I think all of this is side notes, but well, anyway. Side note, 94 is also the numerical vibration of Uranus, which is the planet of unexpected change and being a rebel and revolution. But we'll put unexpected change and revolution. Revolution. So look at all of this, man. These are like jam-packed energies and vibrations that are coming through here. Oh yeah. I didn't know you remembered that, Judy. Yeah, 33 is one of my numbers. So when you calculate my life path number using like traditional numerology, where you reduce the year and the month and the day to 1 digit before adding them up, my life path is a 33. Yeah. When we do it our way, where we keep the double digits, then it's a 60. How you be remembering those things? So look at this. Like, these are some big, huge, amplified energies. I want to look at also, where can we do, let's get this color. So let's also look at this title of Reverend. Okay, I believe that. I believe that. So like this title of Reverend is this title of respect that has been earned, and Reverend is 91, where 91 we've talked about before is the vibration of the word mirror. So it's giving a reflection. So this title, when anybody has this title, they are reflecting out to the world what the world needs to see. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because I know some reverends that... But regardless, when you get this title, you now become a mirror to reflect outward. Rumble! Hi, Rumble! Thank you for being here. It's so good to see you. So this already is like, now all of this energy that we've seen in his name, in the year he was born, in his life path number, all of this is being reflected out with the addition of this title of Reverend. And so then, if we take his name, Jesse Jackson, 131, and we add this on, so now it's Reverend Jesse Jackson, we get 222. Woohoo! So another hugely amplified vibration. Whenever we have the same vibration next to each other, it's an amplified vibration. It's very loud. It gives you Yeah, a lot of extra energy. And also, the two is this vibration of ending divisions, pointing them out and ending the divisions, the duality, the polarization, which we know a lot of his work was. This also adds up to 6, which resonates highly with his single digit life path number. So his name with the Reverend added is now amplifying his natural vibration of what he's contributing to the world. 222 is also the numerical vibration of the phrase the opportunity. And this opportunity is coming from all of these ones in this 10 energy. So all of these ones are bringing this brand new energy in to give this opportunity for this revolution and unexpected change. 222 is also the numerical vibration of the phrase unconditional acceptance. Now, with unconditional anything, it's not that you agree or you don't agree. It's that you are accepting that it is what it is. You're seeing it for exactly what it is. Hi, Rob. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, man, look at all these vibrations just adding up here. Pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and look at his death date. Like I said, and most of you probably didn't hear me say it, but I don't like looking at death dates. Because a lot of times people try and use death dates to like predict their own death or to be able to see like why it happened on this day, and that's not really what's happening. What happens with your birthday and your death day is that gives you the window of your legacy. So you're building up all of these contributions of your vibration to the world during your birth and between your birth and your death. And then that accumulation of what you have done, that's what becomes your legacy. That's really all you need for the death date 4. Oh, hi, LTFL. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Woohoo! So we can see where the legacy began and then where the end point of the legacy is. And so he died on February 17th, 2026. Judy. Yeah, make sure you hit the like buttons. Come on. So when we add this up, so we add up the year, then we add the month, and then we add the date, we get 29, which when we add it up, the 2 and the 9, we get 11 to 2. So his life ended, well, his living life, not his vibrational life, but it ended on a day that was emphasizing the vibrations of needing to end the division, where the 11 is really, this is duality. This is where we can see the divisions clearly. And 2 is where we are ending the division. Let me move. Let me move. I think my face might be in the way. Yep, I face it in the way. I face it in the way. Let me move it. Okay, there. The other thing to note, though, which is actually very interesting to me, is that 29 is the numerical vibration of the word black. And it is the mirror image where we saw here with Reverend, it's the mirror. It's the mirror image of the vibration of 92, which is the numerical vibration of the word dualism. So his vibrations are highly amplified either by using portals or by using these double digits like 33 and 11. And they carry very strongly this story of needing to end the divisions, end the duality. Wow. And he does that with his amplified vibrations, but also with this mirror of reflecting out into the world. Now that's a legacy. So I don't know about you, but I sure hope that my contribution, my vibrational contribution to the world, can have at least a little bit of this legacy contribution. I would be fine with even just a little bit. I do want to. I put my two favorite quotes from the Reverend Jesse Jackson here also. And the one part. Actually, we can look at. Yeah. So I'm not going to go through these a lot, but when we, like this one up here in the corner, if we use our little code, this is actually adds up to 631, which is another 10. So this is another place where he is putting this energy out and this vibration out into the world, and contributing this one energy and using this one energy. Also, this I am somebody, this adds up to 121. So here again, we have another one of these portal numbers. And not just the portal number, but it's also bringing through this 2 vibration, which is ending dualism and the divisions in the world. The last thing I'm going to show you, because it kind of freaked me out when I saw it, so of course I got to share, is that the word somebody, when we add it up using our little code book, it adds up to 98, which goes to 17. 98 is highly prevalent right now because 98 is the numerical vibration of the movie named Sinners. It also is the numerical vibration of the word trust. Oh, thank you, Judy. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. I do try. And isn't it that, as long as you are contributing to a better life of at least one person, that should be enough. So I appreciate that. I'm glad. Wow, look at this. Isn't this cool? These are very cool vibrations. Very cool vibrations indeed. And all of these vibrations weave together to make up the total energetic contribution of his legacy. So may he rest in peace. Thank you very much for your contributions to our world. Okay, I gotta talk about something else because when I connect too much, then I start getting emotional because I can feel and connect with everybody else's emotions around his memorial. And that man, his memorial service jam packed with some powerful, powerful people. I think that was a good way to start today. Giving some reverence to the Reverend. Dude, ah! Why'd you get so big? Okay, there we go. I was just trying to. I guess it didn't want me to cross off his name, so we'll circle it instead. Or box it. Because I went to go cross it out and it went all big. Oh. Unexpected bars. So, I think that actually is a good segue also into Josh's suggestion of looking at Rapper's Delight versus Little Yachty's One Night, which was his first song that was released. Um, Related to Little Yachty's conversation about like rappers of old. So, Josh, if you want to give us some of your thinking, some of the context around this, I will go and grab because I did prep. I'll go grab some of the things that we'll need. And I'll get some water. I'm gonna drink some water. Let me do that first. Yeah. Oh, yes, sweet cookies for real. I Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Alex. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. What, fancy? I am. I'm being so fancy. I did all this prep and so we like could go through these smoother today. And I got here earlier than usual. I'm having a pretty good day. But also I think it's because of the energy of the day. Because the energy of the day, so like today is March 7th, and so and 2026. So 2026 is a 10, and then March 7th together is a 10. So we're having a 10-10 day. So we have like a plethora of energy. So I'm trying to be able to use that. Oh, you fancy, huh? Are you fancy, huh? Are you fancy, huh? Yeah. I just had to cut my nails off because I typed too much. Very disappointing. Okay. Perfect timing. So there's Josh's thinking and context. Yeah. Where Little Yachty basically had his interview where he's disrespecting Rapper's Delight. Basically saying that, it was trash. Which is so disrespectful. Yes. Yes, exactly, Josh. You said it very well. So, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the vibrations of Rapper's Delight. So, we can look at just how that song contributed vibrationally to hip hop and to the hip hop world. And then we will compare that to Little Yachty's one night vibrational contribution. I think it's going to be pretty interesting because I didn't look at it deeply, but I did look at it enough to be able to prep. So let's first look at Rapper's Delight. Yeah. Yeah, sweet cookies. Isn't it crazy? Oh, really? I didn't know that, Alex. That's crazy. All right, so let's look at this. So this is Rapper's Delight's birth chart. Uh, I don't think you have to be able to read charts to know that this is crazy. This is a crazy looking chart. So let's first look at the astrological chart. So we'll look at the birth chart. And you can see that everything is pointing in all to this side. So all of this energy is very much concentrated all together. All of these planets and points are working together in this moment. So this is crazy. This is crazy. You don't regularly see this. And in particular, what those planets are. So we have the sun here, which is like the spotlight, but right next to the sun is Mercury. So what we have here is this right here. This is the sun and Mercury. So this is a Mercury chasmy. It's when Mercury, the planet of oops. See, I can't talk and write at the same time. Me. There we go. This is when the planet of communication, which all rap is, it's a form of communication. It's a communication art form, is sitting right next to the sun. It's in the spotlight. I've said before that these Mercury chesemies are very important to hip hop. We see regularly that music that comes out on or around these Mercury chesemies are highly influential because the communication and the messages that they're communicating are in the spotlight. Oh, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. So it's very interesting to see that we have this Mercury chesamy. But also, what we have, because right here next to this Mercury chesamy, this is Venus. So we actually have a stellium here where we have these three energies, Mercury, the sun, and Venus, all highly working together. And Venus is the attracting in, it's the vibrational flow, it's the feminine energy, it's the beauty. So here what we have is we have the beauty, Venus, of and within the communication, Mercury, in the spotlight, the sun. At this very moment that Rapper's Delight was born. Isn't that cool? Also, we have here right here is the north node, which is all about purpose. It's about what lessons do you need to learn so that you can bring the vibrations into the world to fulfill a certain purpose. So within all of these vibrations and planets here working together, it includes the purpose related to this song. And all of this is in Virgo. So because it's in Virgo, Mercury is actually enhanced because Virgo is one of the home placements for Mercury. Because Virgo is really about the thinking and the mind. It's the very strategic, analytical parts of the mind. So this Mercury then is even more enhanced. And this North Node is around strategy. Okay, the last thing I'll point out on the chart is that we have Pluto right here in Libra. So your Pluto placement is what you are supposed to, what kind of transformation you're supposed to bring to the world along with the rest of your generation. So Pluto only changes signs each generation. So Pluto, we just had very recently changed signs from Capricorn to Aquarius. So in Pluto terms, we are in a new generation of vibrational transformation. But Libra is all about justice and fairness and balance. So Rapper's Delight came in with the transformational purpose of helping things to balance out and bringing justice to the world. Opening up the space for hip-hop to become the voice of the people. It's interesting. It's interesting. But this also goes to Josh's point that because this Libra is here, this is both sides. And every single vibration is always going to include both the positive and the negative. Let's look at just some of these name vibrations. Let me see. So, Sugar Hill Gang is 136, which is a 10. So a big new vibration coming into the world. Rapper's Delight is 158. Oh, and I forgot to say, because I try and make sure to say it. How I'm getting these numbers is using our little code where A equals 1 all the way through the English alphabet to Z equals 26. So each letter is getting its number equivalent. This 158 is the vibration of 14. So I think that's also where you're getting that that mix of vibrations where it's like you're saying, Josh, like there's all of these good things, these contributions, but there's also these negative things that are wrapped up and mixed with that as well. And so yes, and to LT's point, that this is also the song that you use to designate the moment that hip-hop became commercialized. Yeah. corporate versus culture. So there is this interesting mix of energies that don't want to be together but are necessary to be together for this point in time. Also, if we do our calculations for September 16th, so I did want to point out that we have here our 16. So this is drawing in this warning that there is a tower moment. There is a tower falling. I think this probably occurred already within the hip hop space, but you let me know what you think. It could be a tower that is still standing. Also, with this date, so September being the 9th month, and then we have 16, which is the day, and then it's 1979. You can see here that we have a pretty big portal vibration here also that is pulling this energy and amplifying it out into the world. But included in that energy that's getting amplified out is this 16. But also this 161, which is the numerical vibration of the word prosperity. So that goes back to LT's point about how are you defining prosperity? And how is that contributing to this whole conversation? Okay, so if we go back and we actually add these up, so we do 9 for September plus the 16, and we add up 1979. The life path number for this song is 51. Yes, we just saw this. We just saw this. We saw this life path number. So this is the bringing in of new energy, ushering in new energy and change into the world. So when we look at this vibrationally, it served its purpose. It served its purpose. One other thing that I just noticed that I wanted to point out is over here, this is Chiron, which is the wound. And this is not just the wounds that are inflicted on you that you have to overcome, but it also has to do with the wounds that you inflict. And Chiron is over here in Taurus. And this is where the vibration of money is, or that commercialization. It sits here in this house or this sign of Taurus. So the wound of this song, the lessons that it's contributing to the wound of hip hop is around money. And Taurus is also about beauty. It's this back and forth between value. What do you value? Do you value the beauty or do you value the money? And is it possible to value both? So this is just looking at Rapper's Delight. So what we're going to do next is we are going to look at this vibration of Rapper's Delight, the moment that Little Yachty's One Night came into the world. And actually, before we do that, let's just look at the general vibrations for that song. And then we'll see how they blend together. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Josh, for getting clarification so I can answer. All right. So let's look at Lil. 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 I don't know why, but it always gives me a giggle to say Lil. 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 I don't know why. It just cracks me up. Okay. So if we look just at his name, so Yachty is 82, which is a 10. So it is the drawing in of this brand new energy. It does resonate with the energy of this year. And it's interesting that this interview is happening and it's coming out. This is a conversation in this year of a 10. And Alex pointed out that it has been 10 years that he's had the same, has been voicing the same opinion. So there are all those 10s, and it's on a 10-10 day. Woo! 10 is working today. So if he were to just use Yachty, or when we just call him Yachty, it's this 82 vibration. This Lil is a portal in itself because it starts with L, which is 12, and it ends with an L, which is 12, and then I in the middle is 9. So by adding this on, it's creating this portal vibration, and 82 is the numerical vibration of the word portal or gateway. Okay, I'm not going to say that. What came to my mind with the word gateway, I'm sure you all can figure it out. So there's a lot of portal energy here because we also have, let me change up the color. I don't know why I keep using the same color. You know I don't do that. We also have a portal here with both Y's on either end. So Y is 25. So we have a lot of portal energy here. We have a lot of this energy that is being pushed and moved out into the world. And so just his name alone, and we saw this with the Reverend Jesse Jackson, that when you just have these portals in your name, it's pushing out a lot of energy and it's also drawing in a lot of energy. This is where you can draw in a lot of attention and where people could say, I don't know why I feel like giving this person attention, but they do. Or I don't know why this person gets so much attention. A lot of times it's just something like this where it's these vibrations of portals that are making it happen. So when we add this all up, little Yachty, Lil, is the vibration of 115. We have seen this before where 115 is the vibration of the words or the phrase thank you and also love you. So not only is he drawing in and pushing out a lot of energy and vibration, but then the vibration you encounter is thank you, love you. But this means that also when he's not showing this gratitude to Rapper's Delight, it rubs different because this is against the vibrations of his name. So to not show gratitude would be against this vibration of thank you that's in his name. So you could feel, it feels like sandpaper, where it's the vibrations moving in opposite directions of each other. There, that's where we're feeling a lot of the tension. So we already see just in these vibrations alone some of what we were feeling. So this is why when he says something like about how these older rappers are trash, how it just feels different than if somebody else said it. It's not as easy to just kind of slough off. Yeah. Then let's look at one night. So I know that it's written a lot of the times like this, where it's just the number and then the word. But vibrationally, it's how you say it, and how you say it in your head or how you say it out loud. And so the way that we say it in our head and we say it out loud is the full word one. So we want to look at it vibrationally. We're going to be more accurate in our vibrational interpretation if we look at it this way. This is different than when we look at something like our numbers, like that 284 vibration. We wouldn't write that all the way out because we're interacting with it primarily in its numeric form. So we're not seeing it in its word form, if that makes sense. And the numerical form is going to be closer to pure vibration than the word form. Hopefully that made sense. I said form a whole lot of times. Let me know if that doesn't make sense, and I'll try and explain it a different way. But when we had this out, so if we use our code where A equals 1 all the way to Z equals 26, for one night, this adds up to 92, which goes to an 11 and a 2. So here, this vibration is the numerical vibration of dualism and duality. And then it has the story of this division playing out. So vibrationally, this song is bringing this energy and this sense of duality and dualism, and this story of needing to go from seeing the divisions that are here into a place of ending the divisions. And just like we were talking about with Rapper's Delight, is that was a point in hip hop's history where there is like a division being created between the culture and the commercialization, the corporation. So that's why this energy would probably be very much tied to this as well. Okay. Let's do one last thing. And let's take his artist name of 115 and add it to this 92. And that gives us 209. or 207, which is a 9. And I think what's most important for us to look at is um, the day that this song was born, when it came into the world, was August 19th, 2015. And when we add that up, we get 35, which is an 8. So it is like a history repeating itself. It's a reap what you sow energy. And let's add the 207 to the 35. So we do Little Yachty's name, which is 115. We add One Night, 92, the name of the song, plus the day vibration it was released, which is 35. And that gives us 242. So we have again another portal vibration here. And this adds up to an 8. So it really is like it's a karmic return. It's a history returning energy. So when you have karma or you have reap what you sow, it really is having to look at what came before and having to face it and take responsibility for it. So what this is basically telling us is that these vibrations, just even of this song with that came from this artist, it's ushering in the need. I said usher. It's ushering in the need to take responsibility for the past. So I think that's why this is such a rich conversation, because it is like you're disrespecting and dishonoring these greats that are contributing to the hip hop space, but also there's the need to accept and take responsibility that some of the great wasn't so great. And now we're seeing how it has played out, where when we had this split and this division between culture and corporation, how it impacted hip hop. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna get a sip of water and see if I missed anything in the chat. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, yeah. Good conversation. Oh, that's interesting. So, a song about loving someone, but only for one night. Yeah, that could be divisive. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Oh, yes, exactly. Those are some other really good examples. So let's look at. So, what we're going to look at now is we're going to look at the astrology of we're going to look at the astrology of how the vibrations of this moment of one night being born impacted the birth chart of Rapper's Delight. That's very true. That's very true, LTFM. So it is shining that spotlight on some of that return karmic energy, um the need for looking at it again. Cuz I think Rapper's Delight is part of a lot of the conversations that are being had in hip hop, especially in the shifting, but it's not named directly. That here is where it's named directly. But what it brought into the world and how it's contributed to the hip hop space has been in conversations. It just hasn't been named. Okay. So what we are looking at, so the most inside circle is the birth chart that we were looking at previously. That is when Rapper's Delight was born. And then outside the orange is the vibrations at the moment that Little Yachty's One Night was born. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Little Tugboat is crazy. That's crazy, sweet cookies. All right, let me see. Let me see. Let me catch up. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's true. That the reason that we're talking about it right now is because it came up this week. Um from or in the last couple weeks from this interview. And it is, yeah. I think it is part of a lot of the conversations, especially around the shift and the changes in hip hop, but I don't know that I've heard it named as often. So yeah, that's a good discussion. Keep it going. Keep it going. Okay. So, we got a couple of things here that are pretty interesting. Let me see. Where should I start? Let's actually start with let's start with Jupiter. So, right here we have Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. Uh, they're sitting right here next to each other. So this is considered a Jupiter return. It's when the planet, so a return is when any planet returns to the position that it was in at the time you were born. And so Jupiter has returned to this position where it was when Rapper's Delight was born at the moment that One Night was born. Now, this Jupiter returns, Jupiter makes it around, it changes, well, it makes it around, I think, like every 12 years. So we have these Jupiter returns, not regularly, but every 12 years is when you have like this Jupiter return. Um Jupiter return is usually very happy. It's a very happy, prosperous time because it's these two planets, these two energies of expansion, expanding out, that are sitting right next to each other. So we have this energy here with this Jupiter return that is putting out all of this happy, prosperous energy out into the world. So at this moment that one knight was born and came into the world, Rapper's Delight was in this energy of happiness and prosperity. Then, but what we have on the other side of the chart here, over here, we have Rapper's Delight's South Node, where we talked about its North Node, where North Node is the accumulation of lessons to fulfill a purpose. The South Node is what you're bringing into the world. What lessons you've already learned and you're bringing into the world. But right now, in this moment, it is conjunct Neptune, which is the planet of illusion and dreams. I'm gonna have to move this over more. I made the chart too big, but I couldn't see it. It wasn't for y'all. I couldn't see it. And when we have these moments in our own charts, even where we have South Node is sitting right here with Neptune, these are a moment where we are supposed to be it's like you are looking back at something with nostalgia, but you're seeing the old that needs to be let go. So this connection here is seen as energy of let go of old. So then this makes sense why this conversation is coming out of this vibrational space. Because right here, it's what Rapper's Delight is bringing into the world and already knows with the South Node, in tension with this illusion of Neptune, where it's trying to disillusion, it's trying to break up what parts of these lessons that we already know that need to be let go. So it makes sense why this conversation would come out of this vibrational space. Also, what we have right here is Chiron. Here's the wound again. And when Chiron, so Chiron here is before Neptune. So this means that Chiron would have been conjunct with this South Node probably about a year before. So a year before we had this connection between the South Node and Neptune, Chiron would have been there. And this, so South Node, oh my gosh, I gotta move this over even more. There we go. South Node with Chiron. This is triggering childhood wounds. So what this story is telling us, this vibrational story is telling us, is that Chiron came in, hit this south node, it triggered these childhood wounds, remembering and thinking about all of these traumatic things that happened in childhood, which this is Rapper's Delight's childhood. So from the moment that it was born until it reached the power square, so when it was 27, so let's see what that would be. He died. So this would have been all the way till, so it would have been considered a child until it got to like around 2006. So it's bringing up all of these childhood wounds, the wounds that were inflicted on hip hop in that time period of 1979 until about 2006. So this Chiron is bringing up all of that. And then this Neptune is coming right behind it and saying, think of all these things that are coming up around these wounds, all of these triggered childhood wounds. It's time to let them go. And this is all happening while we have this big, huge, expansive energy happening over here on the other side. And this, when it's on the other side like this, where it's like opposite, this is the vibration that we feel when it's a tension or like a pulling, an opposite, like where it's pulling from both sides. This is what an 11 feels like, where it's this division. So it's this division between being happy and prosperous, but being triggered with these childhood wounds and knowing that there's parts of this that need to let go. Part of this old that needs to let go. So Lil Yachty did not say it in a very eloquent way or a very respectful way, but what he was voicing was some of these vibrations that were playing out. Interesting, right? So what do you think? What do you think, LT? What do you think, Josh? Is this what you expected to see, Josh? When you gave this suggestion, let me know. Okay, 45 minutes until Koala goes live. Okay, cool. Yeah. So he was verbalizing these vibrations that were here. They were present. He was putting words to them. But we know that, so pure vibration is neutral. It encompasses all of the positive and the negative that we are interacting with and we feel when we're interacting with vibration. Right under that would be numbers. When we use numbers and we are trying to translate vibrations using numbers, now we're still closer to a pure form, but it is slightly diluted. When we start putting words to those vibrations, where we're trying to describe those vibrations using words, now our perspective comes in and it basically splits that vibration into its positive and its negative forms. So it's greatly diluting the pure vibration. So that's why the words can give us hints as to the vibrations that they are talking about, but they don't necessarily capture the full pure vibration. So he could be seeing this it's like having a translator that doesn't know what they're doing. That's basically what he did, is that he was trying to translate these vibrations, but it didn't necessarily come across right. Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right. You're right, LT. Absolutely. Yeah. You're very welcome, Josh. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. That's very good. I like that. Um you had some kind of idea of what was going to be seen, and now you're getting the confirmation through the vibrations. Yes. Yes, LT. Yes, exactly. Yes, absolutely. Love it. Okay, let me see if I can get back to our list. See how fancy I am. Look how fancy. Oh, yeah, I did that. All right, so we did this. Oh my gosh, we have so much more. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit this in 45 minutes. We're going to try. We're going to try. Or at least get close. Because I don't want to rush any of this, but also I don't want to miss another koala live. I keep missing them because I'm either still asleep, or I'm doing a live, or I'm in a stupid work meeting. Okay, okay. So let me not stall anymore. Um, let's. Mm, let me see what I have for. Uh, 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 uh. Trying to see where to go next. I think we could probably stay in order and look at TI versus 50, because we're not so I'm not going to go deep into the all the different tracks and do a reaction that way, but I do want to look at like what vibrations are interacting here. So let's do that first. Let's go down, down, and over. Boo, 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 boo. All right. So it's actually been really great to like. It's been amazing. I almost choked. I got so excited. Excuse me. I gotta get water now. I got so excited. I started choking on my own spit. That's the worst. Mm-mm-mm. Don't laugh that hard, Judy. No, it's been great because this is just showing like how alive hip hop is. And that's very exciting. Okay, thank you. um that's very very exciting. It's very exciting to see. It's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. So what I want to look at is let's look at let's look at the players in this game. So if we look at TI, we'll start there, of course. When we use our little code book, so A equals 1, all the way to Z equals 26, TI actually adds up to 29. Where we've seen this 29, this adds up to 11 to a 2. So here's this other place where we're seeing this story of division needing to end. But also, we have this vibration of 29, which is the numerical vibration of the word black. Blackety black black. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to talk about how high yellow he is. Don't talk about that. Okay, so this is the numeric vibration of his name. But we all know that we have TI, but then we also have tip. So let's add the P. Before I add this P, I must say that P as a letter has the numeric vibration of 16. So here we have again this vibration of the tower in the tarot, giving a warning of a tower is about to fall. Something that you built is about to fall. Oh, thanks, sweet cookies. I get so excited when you all are here. I just love it. I love y'all, and I appreciate you being here because this is fun. But thank you very much. I appreciate you. So we already have these two stories that have been playing out. Like we've seen these vibrations very strongly in not just the hip hop space, but just floating around in the earth space in general. So this gives you some of that timing. Oh, you are, yeah. Oh, thanks. Oh, shucks. You all are the best. So this is where it gives some of the timing where these two stories of this duality and division needing to end, and then this tower being prepared to fall and getting warnings of the tower falling, are activating these vibrations within TI's artist name. And so that's very, very interesting in itself. So then if we add 29 and 16, we get 45, which is a 9. So bringing an end to cycles. But what I think is, I don't know if it's more interesting, but I do think it's interesting that 45 is also the numerical vibration of another artist that we keep talking about or not talking about. J. Cole. And so here's this vibration coming up, and where we can see here's again where we can see how when we take a vibration and we put a name to it or a word to it, how it's splitting and dividing it up, and you get these two different kinds of people. But I have been seeing people say that like Damani has some of that J. Cole with T.I. I forget who's the third that people talk about Damani and bodying, but it's here just in these vibrations. So then Tia's birthday is September. 29th, 1980. And so he is a Libra. So we just talked about also this Libra energy of justice, fairness, and balance. So that's his sun sign. That's how his mind works. And where your communication and your tie to Mercury starts in the mind. So then if we add these up, so if we add up I just saw something else. Let me say this also. This 198 is the numerical vibration of the phrase untempered power. So I don't know why that needed to come out, but there it is. All right, so if we add this up, so we add up the digits of the year, keeping it at the 2-digit 18, and then we add the month of 9, and then we add the day. Oh, and this is actually, I messed up here. It's not, I was about to say, I don't think it's a, this is 5. There we go. 25. Yeah. So then when we add this up, this gives us a life path number of 52, which is 7. Now, this is where it really gets kind of scary. So we see tip is resonating at 45, which is the same as the artist J. Cole's name. Well, 52 is actually J. Cole's life path number also. That's freaky. I don't know how else to put it. That's a little creepy. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. So that means that their artist name and their life path number, they very much have the same vibrations that they're putting out into the world. They also, though, have the same vibrational contributions that need to be had. And I'm just noticing now where this is a 9 and a 7, where we keep coming up with this 97, which is another 16. So we've already seen where J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and Drake all have this 97 somewhere in their vibrations. And now we see it here also with T.I. And this does add up to, when we do 45 plus 52, this does equal that 97. So here we again, we have another artist that has this vibration of 97 that is all of a sudden becoming very active in this time and is bringing forth this vibration of 16 of the falling of a tower. Oh, hi, Bridget. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, and we have the other 16 here. So there's double 16s in these vibrations. What I want to look at is how I want to look at how just the people that are involved are interacting with each other vibrationally. So we have this interesting vibrational thing happening where we have Ti, and I think we're just gonna call him Tip. Um, we have Ti with his vibrations of 97, and he has this interaction and he has these relationships with his sons where we have Domani and we have King. So Domani, let me see, where is and let's see, let's put their birthdays in here. So this is March 16th. Just saying. 2001, and King's is August 25th, 2004. So we already see here that Damani has the 16 resonating also. And let's see. So Damani, when we add up his name to get his name vibration, it's 56. And 56 is the numerical vibration of the word light, but also of healing. And so then let's keep going. So then if we get the birth date, we add that up. This equals 22. So we have this amplified vibration of 2, where 2 is that vibration of ending division. Now, in this case, the money trying to end the division by just completely obliterating his opponent. And I can't say that I'm mad at it. When we add these together, it's 78. 78 adds up to 15, which goes to a 6. So Damani has these vibrations here of like ending division in a healing or a light way. Now, all of these vibrations are neutral. So when we think of something like healing, we might think, oh, healing doesn't hurt. Yeah, it does. If you had a major injury, like a major wound, healing can be extremely painful. I just wanted to point that out. That all of these vibrations are going to be neutral. They hold all of the positive and the negative possibilities of that vibration. And it's based on your perspective. Also, with the same thing with this light, the light can be used to put a spotlight on positive things or on negative things. Yeah. So then what we want to do is we want to look at Damani's relationship with his father, the rapper. And so what we do is then we add their vibrations together. This is what tells us how their vibrations are interacting. So we do the 97 plus the 78, which gives us, I think, 175, but let me just check. 97 plus 78, yep, 175. So one thing that I want to point out is that where Tip has this 7 in this position. Damani has the 7 here in this second position. This could mean that taking action and being in vibrational flow, there can be some tension. They could have a hard time really getting in vibrational flow with each other. So this is where they could bump heads, because while Tip is wanting to take this action, this 7 of action right away, Damani is first looking at the cycles that are going into that action. So he has something else that he has to look at, that he has to examine, and he has to understand before he can take action. And so Tip could be seeing Damani as like, oh, you're moving too slow, you're taking too much time, you're thinking too much. But then same on the other side, where Damani could be like, well, you're moving too fast. You're pulling the trigger too quickly. You're acting like a loose cannon. But that's what they're these 7s here. But when they are able to get into vibrational flow together, then that's where they get to this 175. And this 175, when they get together, now it's taking you to a 13 of transformation. It's taking you to a change that you cannot come back from. No return. No return. So I think that's interesting. Let's look at King. And actually, I'm going to get some water and look and catch up on the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. And then we'll go on to King and look at their relationship all together. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Bridget. That's a very good point. Yeah, absolutely. That's exciting, LT. I think that's going to be great. And we should talk more about what we can do together, because I actually have from your last videos, I've been getting a lot of vibrational messages that maybe are too big for like this live space. And maybe we should figure out another way of how to be able to combine what you're doing with the vibrational messages that I am seeing from your amazing work. Okay, side note, but an important one. Okay, let's look at King. So if we again use our little code of A equals 1 all the way to Z equals 26, we find that King, oh my gosh, let me just do it. It's 11 plus 9 plus 14 plus 7. King has a numerical vibration of 41, which gives that 5. I think it would be amazing, LT. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. I do want to look at, oh, yeah. So one of the things I did look at is if we were to add, because sometimes we see King as King Harris. So if we were to add his last name on there, it gives us 114. So instead of a 5, it gives us the 6. but it still has this 4 in here, and it still has the 1. So whether he's operating at one or the other, the dominant energies are going to be this 4 and this 1. Now, if we look at his birth date, it does have this 5 in here, and it has the year adds up to a 6. So these are already resonating with his name. If we do the full calculation, his life path number is actually 39, which happens to be the life path number of hip hop. Move this over. Here we go. So hip hop's life path number is also 39, which gives a 12 to a 3. So I think in this case, because we're looking at primarily his interactions with his father and his brother, we're just going to use King instead of King Harris, because it would be weird if his dad or his older brother called him King Harris. Like, weird. Yeah. So we're just going to add up the 41 plus the 39, and now that gives 80. So this 80 is an amplified vibration because we have this 0 here, which is God, universe, higher power, is amplifying this energy or enhancing this energy of karma, of reap what you sow. So is King Tips karma incarnate? I don't know. You tell me. So then if we look at King's relationship with his dad, is when we do the 97 plus the 80. And this equals the 177. And you could see the difference here then with Damani, because King has this 0 in here. This is an easier flowing energy for Tip because it has the 7 is in that same position. And it's actually his 7. So Tip and King together, when they're in vibrational flow, they will take action very quickly and in similar ways. This 77 is the numeric vibration of the word power. And so this can give a heightened feeling of power and being powerful. Let's look real quick at this relationship between brothers. So if we take Damani's 78 and we add King's 80, now we get 158. And so together, because they both have these 8s, it's like they both are, whether it's different parts of or different aspects of, they are exuding this karma, this reap what you sow, this history repeating itself energy. So these two young men are history repeating itself of the father. think that's so interesting. So, what we see, I put this in a triangle form because what happens is you have these vibrations moving in different ways and they're very separate from each other. Where how they are relating to each other and working together is different when it's in this form. But what we are seeing right now is they all have a shared target. And so when they have a shared target, now it's a different combination of their energies. So when they have a shared target like they have right now, where their shared target is 50, now their energies come together here all in the middle. So if we have 97 plus 78 plus 80, we get 255. If we move down here, 255 has this energy, this karmic change, where they are coming together to bring karmic change and to end a division. And with the ending of this division, it brings a new perspective. But when I was looking at this deeper, I saw a bigger connection point to hip hop as a whole than when we just look at it as 255. I need a different color. There we go. So if we take this 255 and we split it into 100, which is this amplified vibration of new energy. So this new energy is all of the new music. I think this 100 wants to be separate because it's all of this new music that's coming into the space. It's highly amplified. It's all brand new. This is not old stuff. These are brand new tracks, brand new music. While the beef is not new, this is all new music coming into the space. And if we separate out this 100, then what we get is 155, which is an 11. So again, with this 11 to 2. But it's when we actually look at the words that were very striking. So 100 is the numeric vibration of the word towards. So all of this new energy is moving towards something. 155 is the numeric vibration of poetic justice. So their vibrations together are resonating at moving towards poetic justice. That's what's giving this karmic change, this into division, and bringing about a new perspective. I think that's pretty interesting. But then let us absolutely look at the other side, because we really do have 50 going against all of them. Like that, yeah, like that, yeah. I mean, he deserved to get jumped, but he kind of getting jumped on. I don't think he really cares, though. Do you? Doesn't seem like it. Except he did come out with his track. Was that today or last night? Which I have listened to. Interesting. Interesting. So he is coming back with new music. So it does that 100 is also very amplified. So let's look at 50. And 50 Cent. Do we have an S on it or not? I don't think so. Well, we'll look at it this way. So, if we look at 50, 50 here is this amplified vibration of change, of bringing change into the world. Which is funny because 50 cents is change. Oh, I just realized that. That's pretty funny. Oh my gosh, that gave me a good giggle. Oh my gosh. That's actually hilarious. Okay. I'm gonna move on. If we look at 50 Cent, it is a double. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that just cracked me up so good. If we just look at it without the S, because I don't think it has the S. This actually, when we use our little code book, adds up to 92. Again. Again and again. So here's 92 again, coming in and giving this energy of division. So 50 Cent actually has this vibration of duality and dualism built into his name. Coming in and creating division is ingrained in his name vibrations. Are we surprised? I don't know if we should be. But what's interesting is, well, it's all interesting, but if we did add an S on here, S is 19. If we did add an S, so we did 92 plus the 19 of S, now we would get 111, which would be growth. So if he did include the S, now this is it still has that 11 energy in here, but it has an extra 1. So it's not as much, and it doesn't have this 92, which is the vibration of duality and dualism. And dualism. Yeah. So, all right. But we're going to use the 92. 50's birthday is July 6th, 1975. And so when we add that up, we get 35, which is an 8. So he has all of this 5 energy in here. So he has the 5 change energy here, and then he has it again here. So he's wanting to bring in change. He's wanting to, which is so funny. I keep saying change. Talking about 50 Cent. So he's got all of this change energy. So maybe that's why he chose the name that he chose. Oh my gosh. That's actually hilarious. But also, he has this 8 energy where his life path number is the vibration of karma. and is meant to bring in and point out and poke at all of these eights. So we see all of these eights up here, where we have the 8 here, we have an 8 here. Like everybody has an 8 somewhere except for Tip. So the Sun's very much so. So, like, 50's primed to be able to draw out that reap what you sow karmic energy from those eights. And I think that's what he does. He uses this karma, this reap what you sow, history repeats itself energy to create this division. Let's add these up. So we get 92 plus 35. And that gives us 127. One thing I just saw is that if we, instead of using the 92, if we just used 50, so just 50, and added the 35, then we get 85, which equals the numeric vibration of the word storm. So this is this vibration, like he does tap into this vibration of storm, like coming in and just like wreaking havoc. And it's because he does have that in here. Oh my gosh, right, you did have 127 yesterday. That's funny. And so also this 7 does really connect with TI's 97. So if we were looking at just TI's 97 plus 50's, oh man, I'm not going to, 50's 127, we can see that they both have this 7 here. They both are very quick to act. Yeah. They are very quick to act because this 7 is of action. So they are very quick to act, but then what is brought from that action is different. So where 50 over here is bringing a change in perspective, TI is bringing an ending of a cycle. Now their vibrations together, so if we were just looking at TI versus 50, then this would be 224, which is an 8. So just between them, it would definitely be all focused on this energy of reap what you sow, karma, history repeating itself. But we have these 2 young men. I keep wanting to call them boys because, like, you know, your children are forever your children, but I'm trying to not. I'm trying to do better with that even for my own children. But instead, we have, so when we have T.I., Damani, and King together, this is where we get that 255 vibration. So all of them together with 50's vibration give us, let's see, 382, which is the vibration of 13, which is transformation. But what you should see is that together they're supposed to be really working and moving together to end the division. How that is ending, we just go sit back and watch and get our popcorn and watch how does this division, how does this polarization actually end? What is going to be the end point? And when that division ends, then we get to this 38, where 38 does also add up to that 11 2 vibration. So it's again, it's like in the division and then it's ending a larger division. But also 38 is the numeric vibration of the word change. Change again with 50s left. Oh my gosh, that just cracks me up. That's funny. But also 38 is the numeric vibration of the word balance. So could it be an ending that leads to some bigger change within hip hop, bringing balance to the hip hop multiverse? I don't know. We'll sit back and watch because it's very entertaining. I'm entertained. But whatever it is, whatever that ending is and that change is, it's bringing about this transformation. It's taking hip hop to a place, even if it's in only a small way, that we can't come back from or that it won't come back from. It's contributing to this transformation of hip hop around this shift. And what's interesting is because T.I. has those same energies of J. Cole, we probably would have seen some similar vibrations coming into the world if J. Cole had actually battled with Kendrick Lamar. So part of what we're seeing here is that, oh, because that battle didn't happen, it doesn't mean that the universe does not bring these vibrations into the world to make what's meant to happen. These vibrations are just coming in a different way now. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Hmm. Okay. Oh my gosh, you all are having such a good conversation. Hi, Tim. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. You all having such a good conversation. I love it. Please continue. Continue to have those conversations. It's wonderful. That's what this space is for. Okay, let's go back to our little list because I think I'm going to wait this out until we actually get to an end. And then we come back to these vibrations and we can look at all of the different songs, all of the different tracks that have come out and contributed to this whole battle. Oh, yeah, that's right. The clocks change. Time is jumping again. Great. It already feels like time is moving so fast. I can't even believe we're in March already. And now it's going to move even faster. That's insane. Just insane. Okay, so we did T.I. versus 50. Now, I don't know. I'm torn. I'm torn. Because I want to talk about Baby Keem. But I don't know if I could do it justice in the amount of time we have left. And when I say the amount of time we have left, like the amount of energy that I have in my mind and my body to be able to continue to channel these energies. Let me look at what I have and see if we could look at part of it. Because I want to make sure we do it justice. But if you let me know what you think. If we don't look at Baby Keem, I could show you all and LT some of his numbers before we get our number for the week. Let me see. Okay, I think we could do one part of Good Flirts. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so hard to not like talk about it all though. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And you all, I mean, I want you to be helpful, but you all are. I always ask you what you think, and then you just say, the universe knows, or you know, Vibrant. Oh, okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into Baby Keem, and we can fill our time while we wait for Koala. How about we do that? Yes, yes. No, no. Maybe so. My phone said yes, yes. Oh, okay. So we just went live. So all right. So we're not gonna do Baby Keem. We'll come back to that. So let's look at a couple of you manifested it. You willed it into existence by saying he was late. So let's look at some of LTFM's vibrations. And oh my gosh, I do want to look at. Oh my gosh, see now I'm torn again because I'd made a decision and then I changed it. Okay, here's what we'll do. I do want to look at, because we didn't get to look at it before when we were talking about when the album first came out. That I think it was Josh. Oh my gosh, I need a tissue. Let me see if I got any over here. Let me go grab some. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a tissue. I'll be right back. I can't be on live like with a booger hanging out my nose. That's crazy. Even if you can't see it, I don't want to see it. All right, I'll be right back. But I'll keep the mic on so you can still hear me. I'm just gonna go clean my nose. Nasty work. That was gonna be bad. Okay. Okay, yes, yes. Everybody go over to Koala. I will be there shortly. We're gonna look at one part of Good Flirts. Okay, I think I'm back. I think my nose is clean now. Um, well, thank you, thank you for that support, LT. I appreciate it. We're gonna look at one part of Good Flirts just because it cracks me up, and I want to. I've been waiting to talk to you about it, and then we'll get like our vibration of the week and LTFM. Let's connect and talk about how we can get some of these vibrational messages that I'm picking up in your videos, the recent ones in particular, how we can get those to you and start getting those together and seen even more. Yeah, he did, Josh. It was rude. It's just rude. But okay, so I think it was Josh that was said that in Good Flirts, and I agreed that it was kind of hard to get over Kendrick Lamar saying booty so many times. Saying booty so many times. um But we're gonna look at that part of the verse. If I can, let me see if I actually pulled it up. Let me see. I don't know if I did. Let me see. Let me see. Oh yeah, here. I think this is it. Because I tried to be prepared. I tried to be prepared today. So let me see. Yeah, here you go. And it's interesting. So I just clipped this. Like, just took a clip of it from. Oh my gosh. I already forgot like the website that you go and get the lyrics from. But anyway, and I just thought it was funny that this middle part is what was highlighted. Because the first thing before we even look at how many booties are up in here, um, this is a portal because we have this same part repeated here. Now we usually see, yes, genius. Yes, thank you, Josh. I thought it was interesting that Genius had this highlighted this way already. Um oh, was that you, LT? I knew it was one of y'all. Okay, I knew it was one of y'all. So I'm glad you both are here for this. So we already see that there's this portal that's being created. Um where having these exactly the same words on either end are creating this portal motion. So it's moving like this. And it's amplifying what's being said here in the middle. And so what's here in the middle is the part that everybody is really talking about. So I'm not going to go deep into that. But it's interesting that the way that this portion has been amplified is by the creation of this portal. And this portal is amplified because we have this phrase, your booty, in here so many times. So just like when we have the same vibration right next to each other, so like an 11 or a 22 or a 33 or a 44, it's amplifying that vibration. And so what's happening here vibrationally is we're getting this huge amplification of this vibration of these vibrations on either end. I'm just going to mark all of them. And so it's making this portal even stronger. And we've already seen that Casino has portals all over the place. And even in the Boo Man documentary, we've had these portals come up all over where it's all these amplified energies and all of this flowing through of energy. This also, so portals also are what we would consider like being born, like the birth, like you're coming through a living portal when you are born. So that is not just amplifying and bringing this forth, but it's like making this like a super seed, which sounds really gross talking about booties, but it's like this amplified intention that then is growing into more. So where all of this is being said, but it's fueling these conversations. It's growing even as it's coming outside of the song itself. That it's fueling these conversations. It's getting people to think. That's what these types of portals do. And then let's look at these words themselves of what is being amplified here. Ew. Ew. I don't like it when it does that. Go away. So let's look at these words one at a time. Let's see. I need a different color here. We'll use green. I don't know if I want your booty to be green, but it's gonna be. All right. Could be worse. So when we just look at the word booty, so if we use our little code book where A equals 1 all the way to Z equals 26, when we look at the word booty, when it's spelled in this way, now the way that it's spelled matters because this changes the vibrations. When you change letters, it's now changing what vibrations are actually weaving together and being utilized. So when it's spelled this way, it adds up to 77, which is the numerical vibration of the word power, but also of the word wound. So now if we look at these verses, so if we were to put power in here, it's been missing your power. Loving on your power, maybe your wound, kissing on your wound or your power, crushing on your power or your wound. Now it's taking on like this different connotation. Now, if we were to substitute booty for power, now that different connotation is adding to the amplification of this portal. And it doesn't like necessarily get taken away because we're using booty instead of power. But that's why this particular word is very important. But when you think about what is your power in relation to the rest of this verse here, now it takes on a different meaning where it's like, where is your power? Is your power in Is it in your platinum plaques? Or is it tucked away somewhere else? Now this middle portion that's coming through is taking on a different connotation. So where he's saying, you remember me? I'm street smart, but I'm goofy. Is that where his power lies? Or is that where his wound lies? So now that we are adding in power or wound, it's taking on a different connotation. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Josh. Exactly. So we already have that double entendre here where it's like booty, your booty, or booty like taking. Um, yeah. But now knowing vibrationally that it can mean power or wound. So when you're taking somebody's booty, are you taking their power? Or are you taking on their wound? Oh, now that gets you thinking. But then if we look at your, so we look at the word your, we get this 79, which is one of these vibrations of 16, where it's giving us the warning that there is a tower that is going to fall. So now this phrase is taking on this vibration of what is your power? What is your wound? And is it your tower? Are you basing your foundation of your power on a tower, building on a tower that's gonna fall? Is it a faulty foundation for your power? Or are you trying to build your tower on a wound? Because whatever it is, it's gonna fall. So I don't know. Like it's a little off-putting to hear booty said so many times, but when we start looking at it this way, now it's like, oh, okay, okay. So are you taking from somebody something valuable, but also, um, is it power? Is it the wound? When we add these up, so when we do 79 plus the 77, move this even more over. Now we're getting 156. And this is where this wound comes in, because 56, we've already seen this with Damani. 56 is the numerical vibration of healing. But also 56 adds up to an 11. So we actually have like this 111 energy coming through. So that's also amplifying this vibration. This is meant to bring on a change in perspective that can bring growth. And this change in perspective, Kendrick Lamar, so his artist name, adds up to 120. So now he's amplifying this portal energy even more with his own vibration. And he's talking like his name Duckworth is included in here. His last name, Duckworth, is included in here as part that's coming through that portal. So, and it's interesting that he's talking about worth, Duckworth, and like what you pointed out, Josh, about booty being like the valuables that are taken. But then also with power, what do you consider valuable? Where is your power? Where is it coming from? I don't know. Does that help? Does it help to be able to think about this more deeply with all of these booties up in here? Yes, exactly, LT. I just saw your comment that, yeah, he also does talk about if God is a woman, then then woman, what God like this, cried, we trust like this. Yeah, yeah. And that's interesting that you bring up that line because this portal can act like the similar ways to a womb, but also the word trust is another one of those words that resonates at 98, which is where we're trying to go. We're trying to get from the 16 to the 17. And 98 is the numerical vibration of the movie Sinners. And he talks about that too. So there's a lot of resonance with this 98 as well. Very interesting. Okay. I do have more, but we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week. We actually did a whole lot today. We did a whole lot today. I knew it was going to be a lot, and I was trying really hard to be done before Koala went live. I think I did pretty good. I got us through a lot. But we will talk, and I think we're going to be talking about Baby Keem like every week for a while because there's so much to dig into. There's so much to look at. There's so many different stories and added pieces within the vibrational layer that I don't think will ever be out of Baby Keem content. Yeah, we did, Josh. We did a lot. Yeah, I think we did good work today. All right, so let's get to our random number vibration for the week. We did see some of that 14 today. So let's see what the wheel is going to give us this week. All right, let me see if I can get there. Oh, I gotta make it bigger so we can actually see it. Okay. And then I gotta be able to push the little button. Okay, all right, here we go. Here we go. We are going to spin our wheel. Woo! There we go. Oh my goodness, what are we going to have? Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to see if you see it while I come over I come over to the whiteboard. Okay. You'll let me know when you see it. if you see it. All right. So, the vibration that we are looking for this week is 493. So, this isn't. Yep, you saw it, Josh. So, this isn't a number vibration that you would see for time. So what you want to look for, you want to look for this whole number together. So this 493 or its parts. And there's, let me check something real quick. Yeah, so we want to look for the parts also. So we can look for 3, which is growth, but it's growth that would lead to an ending, and or an ending that would lead to stability or a different foundation. That's if you're looking at these separately. What I was checking was this 93. Let me get a different color. Let me, because we got to make it colorful. This 93 is the numeric vibration of the name Saturn. Saturn is the planet of responsibility. It also is like the planet of karma, because karma is you taking responsibility for what's come before or what you've done before. And right now Saturn is working with Neptune to restructure illusion. So any illusions that we had, Saturn is working with Neptune to dissolve the illusions and create a new structure, which would be considered this 4. It's like creating a new sense of stability and foundation. And stability and foundation is directly related to Saturn as well. When we add these up, we get 16. So we are definitely looking for the towers that are going to fall this week. We will get some revelation. So especially with this Saturn here, and where Saturn is working with Neptune, it's like the illusion is dissolved away. And so then we can clearly see where these towers are, and we can clearly see how and why the tower would fall. So with everything that's happening, not just in hip hop, but in our broader space of like not even just the country, but of the world, of what's happening, there's like, whew, this is a lot. So I'm sure we'll see this a lot rolling out. We want to use this vibration as practice for recognizing the vibrational messages that we're getting around us on a regular basis, because it's all around us all the time. We want to be able to start learning how these vibrations outside of us impact our vibration and our energy, but also how our energy and vibrations impacts the world around us. We need to look at those energetic exchanges. I think this is really important, especially here where we keep getting these messages around a tower preparing to fall. So we need to be moving through our vibrational space with our eyes open so that we can see these towers, and so then we can be able to move in a way that's going to make sure that we are outside of the towers, so we are, when it falls, we experience minimal damage. And to be very aware, because like the vibrational space that the whole earth and the whole universe really is going to, it's going to be important to be able to understand more of these vibrational complexities. Okay. I'm gonna stop running my mouth because we need to go over to Koala and see that live, and I need to get some food and I need to rest. But this was great. We actually went through a whole lot today. And it was fun, per usual. So thank you so much for being here. This was so much fun. I will be back on Wednesday on Twitch. I don't know what I'll be talking about. Well, I don't talk on Twitch. But you can come and you can see how I work. You can see me doing all of these calculations and all of these things that I do. Actually, there's some pretty interesting energy that's happening on the 10th, the day before. And so we could probably talk about that next week. So I'll be on Twitch on Wednesday, and then I'll be back here on YouTube on Friday and on Saturday. Thank you so much for being here. If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out. And I will see you all soon. Probably over in Koala's live. Bye! Have a good